What's up? Twitter time. Yeah! Come on! Twitter!
Here's a question for you, Dr. Karl. You can send your Twitter questions to @Sleek Geeks or hashtag Sleek Geeks in a question you pose on Twitter. We'd love to know what you want to know. Ho, 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 Karl. Ho, ho, ho. Father Christmas laughing.
Yes.
He's such a merry, jolly dude. Why do we laugh?
I've been chasing the answer to that question for years, and luckily, a sort of answer has evolved over the last 5-10 years. Mm-hmm. And by the way, I do remember seeing a show on an Italian comedian who was making the audience laugh, and then he'd come off and talk to the interviewer and say, now I'm going to go back and make them laugh with an open mouth and go, ho, ho, ho. Anyway, the study of laughter is called gelontology, which is not studying gels, but laughter and its physiological and psychological effects.
Is that G-E-L?
Yep.
O-N-T?
Gelot.
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 Gelotology. Okay, gelotology.
Yeah, and we never really had a good answer, and I was building up this file since 1985, man. Mm-hmm. And the old answer was it was a way of bonding. Something happens, I fall over, to cover up the embarrassment, I laugh, you laugh, we all laugh together. Mm-hmm. It says it happens to all of us, it's okay.
In a tribe.
Yeah, because remember...
Makes us stronger.
We have to be strong because the fingernails, mate, I couldn't rip out your guts if I tried. I have decent claws. My teeth, not as good as a dog. The only thing that makes us strong is the fact that we bond together as group.
And once we're bonded, then in adversity, we're more likely to look after each other because we're all the sort of people who laugh together occasionally. Yeah, it sort of works as a lowercase t theory, gets by.
Okay, well, here's a better one. Luckily, it's more complicated and has more syllables.
Nice.
Cognitive cleanup mechanism.
Cognitive cleanup mechanism, CCUM.
So the universe is, of course, complicated and it's big, and we have to simplify it, and it's also hostile. And so we're always, without knowing it, unconsciously or subconsciously making predictions about the future. I'm walking down the street, maybe a garbage truck will come, bad man with a gun, whatever. You're always making these predictions and always throwing them away. Mm-hmm. And some of these incorrect predictions you make are so wrong, they become what you'd call incongruous and ridiculous, and then this would lead to a state of mirth. Hey, and here's an example, I thought the Frisbee was getting bigger, until it hit me in the head.
Okay.
It wasn't getting bigger, it was just getting closer towards me. Mm-hmm. And so that then leads to a feeling of mirth to cover up the embarrassment at being hit, and then that from the mirth gives you pleasure, which then, of course, leads to bonding. So I guess the bonding by a more complicated pathway, which I guess is what psychology is about, if I want to get some hate mail from psychologists.
So you mirth.
Yeah. Definitely there are physiological and psychological effects based on a sample size of 14 in 2010.
So we've got a way to go on this one.
Yeah. Okay, so the effects are that with regard to stress, you reduce adrenaline levels and cortisol levels, and these are both hormones of stress.
So laughing reduces adrenaline and cortisol levels?
On a sample size of 14.
Okay.
And with regard to your immune system, it increases the number of antibodies and the floating T cells, which in most cases are the good guys that fight the bad guys. Mm-hmm. And in terms of cardiovascular system, it opens up the blood vessels, which reduces your blood pressure and lowers the low-density lipoproteins, supposedly the bad guys, and increases the high-density ones, the high-density lipoproteins, which are the good ones. And one weird thing about laughter happens in humans, some primates, and no other animals. The laughing hyena doesn't. That was a bit of a misnomer there.
Laughing hyenas don't laugh?
No, it's just some weird way of picking on them because they're basically a female-dominated society, and they are also looked down upon as cowardly animals. And I think this is a way of dissing the virtually only female-dominated animal society in the world to get a whole male paternity thing. Anyway, and it happens in many different sites in the brain, and some of the sites are part of the higher sites in the brain where you do the income tax, poetry, and weapons of mass destruction, the things that make us human. But other parts happen in the primeval parts, as primeval as keeping your heart beating and your lungs breathing.
Laughter occurs in both of those areas of the brain.
Yeah. So we've got a little bit further Still not there. I know I do find a shortage of funny movies.
We do have a long way to go. Ho, ho, ho.
Dr. Karl
Adam Spencer.
Anything else Christmassy you want to tell the good people listening to this Sleek Geeks podcast, Dr. Karl?
Well, I celebrate Christmas on Christmas Eve because I come from Middle Europe.
Aha.
So we give our presents away on Christmas Eve. And then, because I've married into a family of Anglo people, they celebrate again on Christmas Day. I get 2 Christmases. Ha ha! How many do you get, Dr. Adam?
I get as many as I choose to have.
Now, that's the right way to do it. Enjoyment is good. I discovered when I was 16 that the purpose of life is to get happy. The hard part is how do you get happy? And you suggested one way. Have as many Christmases as you like.
Well, it's Christmas, Karl. How about a Sleek Geeks Christmas special?
I love Christmas because there's nothing wrong with having a holiday and a good time.
Sleek Geeks.